Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you perspective from several different XRP chart analysts in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam, as well as perspective from additional analysts talking about the entirety of the market, equities, as well as what's happening with Bitcoin, because there have been, and I've been reporting on this over the last however many weeks, all sorts of analysts have been saying, guys, I know you're getting freaked out. Bitcoin's been moving to the outside, dragging the entire market down. Altcoin's bleeding intensely, but this just looks like a bullish divergence. And at this point, now there are all sorts of analysts, I'd say deservedly so, doing victory laps, saying, yeah, see, it was just a bullish divergence. So with that being said, there is an opportunity for some pullback in the short term, says one of my favorite chart analysts out there. But that doesn't change anything that's happening on a higher time frame. On the big picture, none of the analysts that I follow, who I view to be extremely reputable, none of them have decided that anything we've seen here in the short term would indicate that everything's falling apart, we're back in a bear market, nothing like that. It's the fly-by-night analysts that have been here probably for 5 seconds that will just parrot whatever the sentiment is, broadly speaking, on crypto Twitter. Like, there are analysts that will say that, but they're just basically whatever they're saying, it's in line with whatever the crypto fear and greed index is. That's a bad sign. Maybe don't follow those particular analysts. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 6:31 a.m. Central Time, Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. We've got XRP at 54.5 cents, Bitcoin at 63,782. But guys, remember, we were going back into the 30s even, maybe even the 20,000s for Bitcoin. The party was over. Isn't that what people were screaming over the last couple weeks? They were saying this wasn't going to happen. That's for damn sure. Here's the crypto fear and greed index, 65 out of 100. Would you know it? We were in extreme fear literally several days or so ago, and now we're in greed again. Can you imagine just flying by the seat of your pants emotionally from a day-to-day basis, and then just the price moves and then you feel things because of that? It's stupid. It doesn't make any damn sense. It does not make sense to have emotions in this market. I understand why people do. I'm a person. I've felt those things in the past, but I don't anymore, and I haven't in almost 6 entire years, frankly. It just eventually sunk in. I'm like, yeah, this is dumb. It doesn't matter. Either I'm right and the crypto pie gets bigger or I'm wrong. And that's it. And it's sunk in, and now I don't worry about it. I genuinely don't. And I know it's hard for people, and I acknowledge that, but that's why I keep sharing my perspective on this, because just you gotta work hard to let the logic and the data and the reason override the emotions that you feel when you see a number on the screen that's going away you don't want it to go. Here's a post from chart analyst Matthew Hyland. He shared this just last night. Bitcoin daily confirms first higher high since May. Well, hey, you know what? That's directionally the right way, and not what the fly-by-night analysts were spouting was going to be happening. Here's a post from on-chain analytics dude Will Clemente, and it's the Bitcoin USD chart, and he simply wrote, as of right now, this Bitcoin monthly looks stupidly bullish. Shook out everyone below 2021 all-time highs and bid right back up. That's exactly correct. And so you don't need to be a chart guy, and I'm not, to understand that when you're in a bull run, there are notable pullbacks. I've seen way more intense pullbacks than this in my day. What did it go down to ultimately, this one? I could be mistaken, but I think maybe it was like a little over 25% from when the pullback started to the bottom, this most recent one. What is this, a pullback for ants, a little baby pullback? It's nothing, folks. You should expect it. It would be weird if that didn't happen. And so then the first time you get one quite to that degree, now it's over. And on top of that, you should know, and history tells us, that when people are freaking out and screaming, it's over, like if that's the sentiment, it's not over. Because what actually happens, this is the sentiment at the top of a market cycle. When you're actually at the tippy top and you have all the benefit of hindsight, you can see that was the top for sure. You look back and you're like, yeah, that was really positive sentiment, because the people feel like it can never stop doing that. That is the sentiment that we will encounter. And then when I'm saying, guys, and I will say when we get to that point, I suppose it's likely that we are at or near the top. People will be screaming that I'm a Moon Lambo idiot, but I'll probably be right. I'll take a stab at it. I will when we get to that point. You don't have to be a chart guy to take a stab. Have fun with it. because history rhymes with itself. You don't need to have a PhD to understand this stuff. You're not stupid. You know how to, like, you can understand basic concepts like this. Of course you can. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Here's a post from chart analyst Javon Marks. Bitcoin fulfills the regular bullish divergence pattern and looks to have displayed a bullish reversal. This may only be the start for Bitcoin. And so he is one of the analysts that was calling for this. And there's a ton of them, so I won't highlight all of them. But I just, like I was saying at the outset of the video, yes, tons of analysts called this, and they were correct. That just is the case. And I highlighted a ton of them leading up to this point saying, guys, just so you know, I'm seeing a lot of analysts saying that this is probably the case. Wouldn't you know it? It wasn't a certainty, but speaking in charts, it's about probability of outcome. Sometimes the improbable happens fine, but right now in this case, the probable did happen. That is what unfolded. It doesn't mean we can't have a pullback, though, after this. So here's perspective from chart analyst Credible Crypto. This is a Bitcoin USD chart. On low time frame, we now have a sweep of the local highs into higher time frame resistance, followed by what looks to be a clean low time frame impulse down. It's also worth noticing that the Coinbase premium that was present on the entire way up has declined substantially. And by the way, folks, I'll note, so again, as I'm recording this now at 6:35 a.m. Central Time, he posted this today, this morning at 1:58 a.m. And then he says, at this point, this is either going to be a three-wave corrective pullback that holds a higher low above $58,000, or this is going to be a more substantial pullback to new lows. Because we are looking for, at minimum, one more impulse down after this one completes, I am going to continue to sit on my hands and watch price action develop. Should see more downside from here, as this is still the first impulse down, so we'll see how things look in the morning. And so there you go. He's talking about in terms of potential outcomes, that's what he's seeing. He's expecting some more downward price action. In his estimation, not something to remotely be scared about. So should that unfold, don't freak out. It's okay. Nothing goes up in a perfectly straight line, but it's been fun the last couple days, especially for XRP holders. The last, call it what? Really the last week, actually, really. Roughly the last week has been great for XRP holders. That's for damn sure. And as far as I'm concerned, this is it's like the pre-party. The party actually hasn't started yet. It's going to get way, way, way better than that for XRP holders. There's this post from chart analyst Ali Martinez. The TD sequential presents a sell signal in Bitcoin. Bitcoin 4-hour chart anticipating a brief correction. That was also today, 12:35 a.m., just after midnight. So that was 6 hours ago, roughly. So I was just saying, I've seen a few analysts in the very short-term warning, hey, could see a little bit of something. Just tuck that in the back of your head there. But it doesn't change anything big picture. But the reason I cite this stuff is because I think if you're armed with this information, should it unfold, it's less likely people are going to freak out. Here's a post from chart analyst Rickus. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and this is interesting. He says, I have been tracking this since the bottom in October 2022. I have people since then tell me it's not rhyming with 2017. Sure. And so you can see he's indicated which parts of the previous market cycle, well, a couple ago actually, 2016, 2017, are looking pretty much the same damn thing as what's happening from 2022 up until exactly this point. If you're looking at the screen, you can see exactly what he's talking about here. And it is indeed the case that equities markets do move in tandem with crypto. That's why I'm highlighting this. That's why it's important. We've never seen expansion in crypto markets without the stock market going to an intense rally as well, with breadth of market, by the way, which is what the blockchain backer continues to highlight. Here he highlighted yesterday the Russell 2000 index, so that's small cap stocks. And so there's never been a bull run, and he has cited this. He's actually, I think, the first one to have pointed this out, and now everybody, thankfully, is talking about this. That's why I'm highlighting this as well. And so he's noted, it's just a matter of fact, we've never had a crypto bull run without having expansion in the U.S. stock market. That's meaning small caps running, right? And so he wrote here, "Dear market controlling forces, please let us get through, everyone." And so that's why it's been so exciting. And I shared this post. I actually shared a couple. There's one where I noted, I don't have it pulled up now, but I noted that at the time I posted that, over the last 5 days, the Russell 2000 was up, I think it was like 7.75%. And it had been trailing substantially behind like the S&P 500. So to see that and to know that that's a requirement for expansion in crypto markets, ultimately, to see that was refreshing, to say the least. Because you are seeing that breadth open up. You are seeing that expansion. So we need to see it continue, but really good signs to this point. And I shared this post last night, technically, 11:09 p.m. Central Time. XRP just hit 56 cents and is running again. And I'll pause to note, and I should have mentioned it in this post. I did mention it in a video yesterday. Multiple analysts are noting that roughly 55 cents to 57 cents is a short-term point of resistance. So the fact that we ran up to 56 cents and bounced back off that, not surprising, but we are a little bit lower than that. Like I said, at the time I started recording this, 54.5 cents. But anyway, then I wrote, this is happening as Bitcoin has bounced from what many analysts are calling a bear trap. And we're also seeing what may be the first indication of small cap stocks finally entering expansion. If this is what we hope it is, buckle up and put on a helmet for your own safety. So look at everything coming together. Bitcoin coming out of that bear trap. There's a bullish divergence, obviously. To this point, it has played out. You've got XRP running. Look at what's done the last week. XRP's a dead coin. Get the hell out of here, you idiot stick. And Bitcoin, so Bitcoin, XRP, and then you got the Russell 2000. It's all coming together, folks. We need to see a continuation of that, but yes. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom at TraderView2. XRP versus total. So that would be XRP priced against the entire crypto asset class. And he says every single time XRP pumps without the rest of the market, many come out and claim how it's a bad sign. While that has been true, it is not always the case. This time it was a leader. And so you can see on the screen, for those of you that are looking though, so XRP ran first, but then look at what happened. The rest of the market cap also came. And I will say this, like, sometimes XRP pumps by itself, but never to a crazy degree, which is to say it's never gone parabolic and hit a new all-time high without the rest of the market expanding as well. But yeah, there have been individual moments where it has. So what he's saying is certainly accurate. I was just parsing that out a little bit. But here you had XRP run, and the rest of the market went. And it's interesting because historically XRP kind of lags behind, and it could still, like, even if it has its first major impulse sooner than later, maybe its last one does come towards the tail end, or maybe not. I mean, history doesn't have to perfectly repeat. I just expect it to more or less rhyme with itself. But either way, it's doing what you should expect it to do, which is why I keep saying, I insist, if we are going to see expansion of this market, we're going to see a proper alt season, and the Russell 2000 keeps taking off, you better believe XRP 100% will be a part of that. It is unfathomable that it wouldn't. All the 20,000 plus coins, they're going to move in tandem, but XRP for this bull run, it's just not going to move in tandem. Stop saying stupid things. Stop believing stuff that doesn't make sense. And I know you listening probably don't think that, but there are people that think that. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto. He says, XRP rally is just getting started. It's likely going to pull the 2017 cycle kind of rally. Something big is brewing. I would not be surprised. Look, I've been talking about this. The fact that XRP has been consolidating as long as it has legal clarity, and it looks like everything else is about to rip, not just XRP, and certainly crypto broadly speaking, but in the stock market, yeah. It's easy to believe that this is possible, and we're going to find out together exactly what that looks like, but yeah, absolutely. And then there was this post from chart analyst Dark Defender, XRP BTC chart. We watched XRP BTC, and this happened. No room left. Continue watching. Yeah, so look at this. The consolidation that I just mentioned a second ago. Here's XRP priced against Bitcoin now. Look at this thing. Look at the symmetrical triangle. This is the apex towards the end of the year, right? Look, when you're talking about a symmetrical triangle, I'm not a chart guy, but I do know this. In almost every instance, when you're looking at a development inside of a symmetrical triangle, there will be a break before you hit the apex. I do know that. So if it starts breaking above here, XRP pricing against Bitcoin sooner than later, it has recently. I mean, here's a 3-month chart XRP BTC. It's still looking pretty damn good. I'll not be surprised if the bottom was in on June 7th. That's the most recent bottom we had for the cycle. I don't know for sure if it is. Market will eventually find one if that wasn't it. But it's got to break sooner or later. We cannot stay and will not stay range bound here forever. This is cool stuff here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.